branding from oneness is truly beginning at a place where you believe you can do the most good. Branding, it's logos, it's taglines, it's all those
Yep.
things.
Yep.
But branding truly and effectively happens in the heart of the receiver of your message. That's where the branding takes place. So it is a result of all the actions that you take as a business, as a company, to engage a customer.
Your vibrational frequency, how you live every single day of your life, that flows into your products, into your services, into your business that you're building if you're an entrepreneur. Literally, energetically, no matter what it looks like you're selling or you have to offer, the frequency that you are flows into that. Everything is frequency, everything is energetic. Welcome to Masters of Self University podcast, your highest source of sacred truths and universal wisdom. Hello, beautiful souls. I'm Rachel Fiori, mystic, spiritual teacher, psychic healer, and founder of Masters of Self University. Join our journey of soul transformation as we deep dive into this latest episode. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to Masters of Self University podcast. I'm Rachel Fiori, your host for this episode. I have a very special guest, somebody who I just have so much love and respect and appreciation for. This is a man who is not just an actor, not just a marketing, branding expert, which we're going to dive into today, but he is also one of our newest members at Masters of Self University. He's a mystical professor at Masters of Self University, Akende Munalula. Welcome, Akende.
Thank you, Rachel. That's a great introduction. Thank you so much. I'm happy
You're
to be
welcome.
here.
I am
Yeah.
happy to have you here. I'm very excited to dive into this. So I want everybody listening, I want to say this. If you are bored by the idea of talking about marketing and branding, please don't go anywhere. I want you to stay here because it's probably nothing that you think it's going to be, and it will most likely really be worth your time. Okay. So let's dive into this. Where do you want to start with soul driven branding, soul driven marketing? And let me say this first. I think we are all way too familiar with the way marketing has gone and what I always refer to as the old world, like this
Mm,
manipulation, hit your pain point so you can kind of manipulate people into buying and paying for your products and services. Doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get an excellent product or service, but there is a lot that goes into marketing and branding. And the old world, in that world of consumerism, it's been buy, whether you need it or not, whether it benefits you or not in any way, just purchase, purchase, purchase. So, how is this different? The class that you teach at Masters of Self University, it's one of our electives that Akende will be teaching, by the way. So don't forget to sign up and become a student, enroll in 2025.
yeah.
He could be one of your professors. How is this different? Where do you want to start?
I want to start with just Rachel. Thank you. This is my first, believe it or not, this is my first podcast.
No way.
Believe it or not, this is
I
my
can't
first
believe it.
podcast. I've done interviews, I've done talks, but this is the first podcast, and I've been itching to get on a podcast with you because I listen to your podcast, and I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having me. And branding from oneness, I would say in a quick, if I was to give a quick, somebody steps in the elevator and I'm standing there and I gotta tell them real quick, I
Yeah,
would say it's branding at the highest vibration. You know,
beautiful.
it's that in a nutshell. But to unpack it, just like you said, there's been a lot marketing, selling, advertising. they have this underlying connotation of manipulation,
Mm-hmm.
and we're gonna get you in by any means, hook or crook. We're gonna get you into the store
Yes.
to buy. I think a lot of that is has been happening, and it's going to continue to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But I think for anyone who looks at it and says, what can I do? How can I do this differently? And for a lot of us, we do know there's more. There's
Yeah.
more to life. There's more to the world. There's
Yeah.
more to That's why we're here. That's why we do the work that we do, right?
Yep.
So branding from oneness is truly beginning at a place where you believe you can do the most good. You believe you can approach this differently, and there's more that can transpire. Because let's just go to what is branding, right? Branding is a lot of things. It's logos, it's taglines, it's all those
Yep.
things.
Yep.
But branding truly and effectively happens in the heart of the receiver of your message. That's where the branding takes place. So it is a result of all the actions that you take as a business, as a company, to engage a customer. So the resulting effect is what is branding, right? That is the
Beautiful.
foundation
Mm-hmm.
of the three principles, which is branding, marketing, and advertising. So
Mm-hmm.
if you think of branding as the foundation, then you think of marketing as the strategy, and you think of advertising as the invitation. Then you start with the foundation, which is the branding itself. If
Mm-hmm.
that's at the highest vibration, how can the
Yes.
marketing not be at the highest vibration? How can the
Yes.
advertising not come from the highest vibration? Right?
Exactly.
It's about wanting. So we offer things because there's a problem we've recognized, right?
Yeah.
Somebody has a problem. We're like, oh, I feel like I can solve that problem for that person. Here's my offer to this person, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we come in, we're solving a problem, we recognize a problem, we call that our niche. We go
Mm-hmm.
into that business niche. We say, this is a problem I'm going to solve. We give our offering to the person. We say, hey, I can solve this problem in A, B, and C ways. Then we make a promise, right? Then we've made a promise. The promise is, when I do this for you, you can relax and go to the beach. Don't worry about it,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's a
Yep.
promise. So the
Yeah.
person expects that result, right? When
Mm-hmm.
they come to your business, they walk through your doors.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you're building from that basis of saying, what is the experience that I want another person to have in doing business with me?
Yeah.
So we start there. Like, what is the experience that I want that other person to walk away with? I want them to feel, I want them to understand. So if we're starting from there, then we're starting at the foundational level. So now we're saying, what is the highest vibration? But interestingly, with branding from oneness, we're not just putting the emphasis on the customer, we're pointing it back to us, right? Which is,
Yes.
how am I stepping into this business space? How
Yes.
am I Akende? How is Rachel walking into this space to start a business? So the work starts here, and not just like, oh, who's my client?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
how am I coming to the business? Am I coming at it from the highest vibration, or am I coming it from this low vibration that may be sneaky, that I don't see,
Yeah.
because I'm just excited about starting the business, right?
Yeah. Or about getting paid. I'm
About
excited
getting
that
paid,
you're going to pay me for this and I deserve to
Y-
get paid. But, we do, but do you? If you're
right,
not coming from the highest vibration.
right,
And
right. Because
we'll talk about later to our listeners what that really means coming from the highest vibration.
mm,
But it's how am I actually showing up in this world versus how I like to think I am. I say that a lot. People who've listened to me
mm,
heard that a lot. And what I want to add to this conversation in branding and marketing is a soul driven purpose here, meaning that whatever
yes,
business, whatever service, whatever product you have, it doesn't mean that in the old world, we learned duality, separation. We put things in a box. How I live my life, my personal life every day, has nothing to do with my business. Well, that's the old world. That's separation consciousness. Yes, it does. Your vibrational frequency, how you live every single day of your life, that flows into your products, into your services, into your business that you're building if you're an entrepreneur. Literally, energetically, no matter what it looks like you're selling or you have to offer, the frequency that you are flows into that. Everything is frequency, everything is energetic. So if I am, and we see this in our government, oh, we see it in politics. Oh
Yep.
my gosh, we've seen it in Hollywood. Look at all the stuff coming out of Hollywood the
Yep.
past year. Who you are in your everyday life is one of the only things that actually matters if you let that sink in.
Yep.
So if
Yep.
I'm creating a business, a product, a service, my vibrational frequency, what I am at my core, flows into that. That is what we want to bring in to our business, because that's where we're going to make the most difference in the highest way, because we're achieving to become the highest vibration.
Make a difference in the highest way. That
Make a
is
difference in the
perfect.
highest way.
Make a difference in the highest way, because
Yes.
when we look at it, it's, you can easily say, I mean, to anybody that is thinking about this and thinking, well, this, I see other businesses are successful, they're doing this. I don't think they're doing it from that place. It's true. Both are happening, right?
Yes.
But ask yourself, if you made a sale today, what did it cost you?
Yeah.
Right? You
Right.
made some money today, but what did that making of that money cost you?
Yeah.
Right? So it's let's take for example, and you talked about separation, duality, that thing.
Hmm.
And if we look at it from, let's say somebody owns a vegan restaurant, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
And my business, I've decided I will supply them the produce for
Hmm.
their business,
Hmm.
right? And I say, oh, that's a great business. I'm going to make a lot of money. I'll be rich by the end of this. Oof, oof, oof. Right. And I promise them, I say, hey, I'll deliver this. I'll deliver this. If I'm only seeing that transaction as between myself and the restaurant, and maybe, peripherally their customers,
Hmm.
then I'm not seeing how connected the whole system is, right? Because if
Right.
I'm a supplier of the produce, there's where I'm collecting it from,
Yes. Yes.
and that matters,
Yes.
right? How am I
Absolutely.
vibrating from that, just the supply chain, right? How's that
Yes.
in how's that vibrating, right?
Yes.
Is it so that's one way I'm looking
How
at it. Then
how
when I look,
sustainable is it? How sustainable
how
is it? Is it
sustainable is it?
organic? Is there still
Is it
poison in
organic?
there by having pesticide? Those are all vibrational frequencies. Yeah.
There it is. And then if I look at it and I say, by supplying the restaurant, how else am I affecting the system
Yep.
in a higher vibrational place? And then we start to look at, oh, well, this earth is not, it's shared, is not only populated by us as human beings, but there's
Yes.
other beings on this earth, right?
Yes.
We have cattle, we have chickens, we have
Hmm.
so many. Yeah, they're enslaved. Let's just call
Yeah.
it what it is. They're
Yeah.
producing for us to eat, and they're just enslaved, right? So if
Yep.
I'm a supplier and I'm coming from the highest vibration, I'm saying to myself, I want to be there. And my business is helping another being to, if I believe there's more to this world, to this life. Yes, there's a status quo. Yes, there's what's been happening. Yes,
Hmm.
people are making money doing business the way they've been doing it. Yes,
Hmm.
all of that is happening. But I'm looking at it and I'm saying, what do I want to see this world become?
Yes.
How am I coming and stepping into this? And what are the places that I can affect those changes and add to the vibrational, incremental alignment upwards,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So
Beautiful.
how am I doing it? And And I say, okay, I am doing it this way by making sure I source my supply
Yep.
from all these higher vibrating places, but I'm also making sure I'm delivering it on time,
Yes.
because
In
that
the way of
means
responsibility.
somebody who's not a vegan, who's trying out that restaurant for the first time, they get to experience what it is like to not eat meat anymore,
Yeah.
but they get this experience of like, oh wow, that was high vibrating. I could feel it somehow in the cooking. Because if I arrive on time and I supply them at 10 o'clock in the morning every day, I arrive at 9:45, they got it. Guess what? The business owner is happy. When they're
Yes.
happy, they're cooking with happiness. If I
Yes.
show up 10 minutes, 20 minutes late, they're upset with me. All, you know what I mean? So
Adding
everything is so
stress, adding this.
connected. And if you're
Yes.
not coming from adding stress, and if you're not connecting that to what's going on with you,
Yep.
to say, okay, how am I making this promise from the highest vibration? Am I making the promise that I'll be there at 10 o'clock from the highest vibration? Or am I just saying that so I can get the business?
Exactly. That right there.
You know what I
Exactly.
mean? I'm just saying that because now I'm only thinking about myself. But if
Yep.
we're coming from it, at it from that, so when you say branding from oneness, yes, it's branding from oneness, but it affects so much more. And it's only from that viewpoint when you pull back and you say, okay, I'm in service to others.
Yes. The
I'm in
way of selfless
service to divinity.
service.
I'm in service to this highest vibration, right?
Yep.
So, okay. Let me move with intention now. Let me, from my soul, let me move with my soul's
From my
intention.
soul.
What's my soul's intention? As
Exactly.
Akende, I believe my soul's intention is to challenge the status quo, and I believe that's a lot of people too. Like, we just don't know that why we're like, really? Is that all there is? There's that little question that rings in the, in our
Yep.
hearts somewhere. Is that all there is? And I think it's because it deep down in our soul, we do understand that there's more to this.
Yes.
And we're just
There's a
looking for the
higher way to
how and
live.
the way to do it. You know,
Absolutely.
that
Yeah. And that
I
right
really like
there,
that. I really like
uh,
that.
coming up with a new higher vibrational definition of success, because you mentioned success earlier. So I want to bring that back into this part of the conversation, because in what I call the old world, we define success with how much money you make, which is, first of all, completely psychotic.
Mhm,
That's just insanity in and of
mhm,
itself. Because if you are somehow not making an ungodly amount of money, then you're not successful. You could be making the biggest
mhm.
impact on this planet in the highest, most loving, divine way. You're telling me that's not success? So we have to throw that in there and start to define things from a higher vibrational frequency and higher energetic frequency. And that's frequencies of oneness consciousness. And that means if I am running a successful business, we need money to live, we need money to survive. You deserve to have all the money that you could ever want. Everybody deserves that. It's true. There's nothing wrong with having a ton of money. Money in and of itself, it sets you free in our society. There's nothing wrong with being wealthy, with being a millionaire. Like, there's nothing wrong in and of itself, any of that, right? But success defined in from oneness consciousness is exactly what you were giving those beautiful examples of. Where do I get in our example of the restaurant, the vegan restaurant, and I'm the supplier? Where do I get the produce from? Where do I get the products from that I am then delivering to this restaurant? How does that affect the people in every way? How does that affect the planet? Right? If I'm just stripping the planet of resources and destroying the soil, turning it into dust, which is what's
Yeah.
happening in our farming practices, because we use pesticides and we're poisoning the food. And then I'm poisoning people with the products that I'm offering, the produce. That's not oneness. How can you ever define that as success when you're literally poisoning people, making them sick in your restaurants? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. That's not a definition of success, just because you then make money from it.
Yeah.
Success in the new definition of that would be everything is sustainable. It comes from regenerative organic farms. It is poison free. We don't use pesticides of any kind, et cetera, et
Yeah.
cetera. Everybody working in this, in every part, every aspect of this business comes from the consciousness level of oneness itself. So what we are creating and bringing food, the food we prepare is not only delicious and delightful to enjoy when you're at the restaurant, it's actually replenishing the earth. It's replenishing the planet. It's replenishing you at a nutrient level because it's poison free, et cetera, et cetera. There's our new definition of success. And while we're in that new definition of success, and we have that kind of amazing, incredible, high vibrational frequency business, of course, make all the money you want to. There's never anything wrong with making a shit ton of money. Enjoy it. You deserve it, especially when this is how you're showing up and functioning in life.
Absolutely, beautifully said. And the world has been branded to with the idea of success from a very low vibration, right?
Yes. Yes.
Controversy sells.
Yes.
We see all these things. Oh, we gotta have more drama. We gotta have more of
Yes.
this. We celebrate people who get away with bad things and all that.
Yes.
That's the
Yes.
branding that the world has gone through over and over
Beautiful.
time.
Yep.
As you were speaking, I was thinking of something else, which is it'll come back to me, but it was basically how the world has been branded and how we choose then to, oh yeah, it's about giving back. It's about
Yeah.
giving back. That's what it was. Because when you were talking about how the earth is giving back, it's when you're giving from that highest vibration, what you're getting back, right? The
Yes.
give back, right,
Exactly.
is of the highest vibration too,
Yes.
right? That's, a beautiful earth
Yes.
where you can take your kids on a fishing trip, where you can enjoy this earth and not dust and not, dust bows everywhere, but
Exactly.
actual in and looking at the earth and being, I'm a part of
Yes.
this vibrating being, this consciousness. I'm
Yes.
a part of it. And not only am I a part of it in this moment, I'm a part of it in the boardroom.
Yep.
I'm a part of it at dinner with my kids and my family. I'm a
Exactly.
so there's no, okay, well, now I'm in dad mode, so I'm gonna be this nice guy or whatever you want to say, right? And I'm gonna be vibrating, and I'm gonna tell my kids we vibrate at a higher frequency. But when it comes to business, I'm sitting there
Exactly.
and accepting these transactions because I've been branded to think this is how business works.
Right.
Business is cutthroat.
Yep.
Business is, you got to eliminate your competition by all means necessary.
Competitive. You got it.
Business is about grabbing all the market share.
Yep.
Business is this, business is that. It's all very just, oh, no wonder people are so stressed.
Exactly. Exactly. How could you not be?
How could you not be stressed if that's how you're approaching it? But if you approach it from a higher vibration, it feels more, it's inspiring.
Yes.
It's inspiring, it's
Expansive.
exciting, expansive, and you want to collaborate. That's the
Yeah.
other part of it, right? You
That's
want
the
to
other part of it.
collaborate because you're like, oh, if I could do this, imagine more people that were doing this, and it's happening. We're literally changing how the world sees itself, literally changing it through how, you know there's all these values that we have in business, right? Innovative,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
trustworthy, and all these things. They just sound so great on a website.
Yep.
They sound so great in that annual report, but is that how we are actually
Showing up.
showing up?
Exactly. That's
you
exactly
know
it. And
yeah, so
the becoming a being of oneness consciousness. Everybody that listens to me and learns at our university or whatever in our programs, they understand because I say that constantly. It's not about just saying the words. And that's where, marketing and branding from oneness, it's not about just using words because that's a good hook and that'll bring people
mm,
in.
mm,
And
mm,
then,
mm,
and saying
mm.
that this is an exclusive offer when it isn't, or
Mm.
saying secure your spot, limited space, when there's no limited space. We have to,
Hmm.
that lacks the way of truth
Yeah.
and the way of trust, which are vibrational frequencies. Now, if you just vibrate and brand and market and run your business from the elements of oneness consciousness, when you say, hey, there's limited space, secure spot, it's because that's the damn truth.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's because we literally only have, say, 50 spots. So if 1,000 of you want it, you're not going to get it. Only 50 of you are going to get it. If that is the actual truth, you just state the truth
Yeah.
and then let
Yeah.
people who are interested come and grab that spot in that class or that course or that whatever it is, right? You
Yeah.
don't say it to create a false imaginative sense of urgency and, oh, I'm going to miss out. You're playing on people's unhealed traumas and programs.
Yeah. Yes.
And that's the sickening part about the old world marketing, branding, and all that, is you're
Yes.
playing on people. Oh, hit their pain point, hit their pain point. Wait, hold on. But if you're doing that from a place of manipulation, so they'll pay you money,
Yeah.
ew, why would
Yeah.
we keep doing those strategies? That feels, when you can read and feel energy, how could you ever function at such a low level and be okay with living with who you are as a human being? If you come from all the ways of oneness, the way of responsibility, the way of truth, the way of loyalty, the way of integrity, et cetera, the way of purity, then what you'll say to people is the actual truth. And it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to have the best tagline, but it might be, oh, limited time only. Well, here's a gift for all of you, because I'm the way of selfless service. And it really is limited time only. Because if I had my prices that low all the time, I couldn't function as a business. That's the truth in oneness
That's the
consciousness.
truth.
So if you realize that it's it's not a big deal to run a special and lower prices, and it is limited time only, we need to do that. Will still be similar, not the same, similar in the sense that we'll still do that in marketing and branding in our businesses sometimes. But why are we doing it? Are we lying
Exactly.
about it to get you to pay? Or are
Yeah.
we doing it because we're like, hey, let's do this selfless service thing because we know that some people can't afford what we offer. Maybe they can this month if we lower the price. Can we keep that price low like that all the time? Hell no. The business would fail. We wouldn't be able to run the business. That is marketing and branding and running a business from oneness.
That is the highest vibration. And now, if we follow that, just that trajectory, and we look at what we are trying to create in a business,
Yep.
what makes a business succeed isn't the one-off customer. It's the return
Right.
business.
Yes.
It's the
Yep.
person who becomes the advocate for your business with other people. And if that one person can come back 10 times, you have a loyal customer, right? You have
Yes.
somebody coming back because, and speaking of these, these tactics of let's lower the price, let's create
Yeah.
FOMO, the fear of missing out,
Yes.
let's create scarcity, let's
Yep.
create this simming idea that we're exclusive, and to get in, you have to jump through these hoops, and let's just create this scarcity in the mindset of everybody, and that's
Yeah.
how we grab them.
Hmm.
Well, the more we elevate, the more we realize that, yeah, you can get me once, but it will leave
Yeah.
such a feeling in me
There
that
you
now
go.
I'm like, why am I allowing myself to be treated this way? You
There
know
you
what I mean?
go.
So people are a little, they're more sophisticated than, oh yeah, let's just go buy because it's cheaper now. People are like feeling them in their bodies. Are like, I don't feel good being in this place. I
Yes.
don't like how that person spoke to me. I
Yeah.
felt pushed. They
Yeah.
were trying to scare me into buying something, and people leave. And once when that happens several times, well, word of mouth will spread. Don't go there. Don't go there. Go there.
Yeah.
And what happens is you want to create an experience with your customer that leaves them feeling at their highest.
Yes.
When they give you that exchange of energy, okay, give me that and I'll give you this money, they want to feel, they want to go into their purse with
Yeah.
so much
Yeah.
vigor and love and just like excitement. It's not the product.
It's the
It's not what you're
vibrational
selling.
frequency.
It's the
Exactly.
vibration that's happening between you and your customer, client, people. It's a people
Yes.
world. You know what
And
I
that
mean?
only happens because that's the vibration that you actually are.
You can't
You can't
manufacture it.
can't manufacture. You cannot fake energy. Energy never lies. Your words can lie.
Yeah.
Your advertising can lie. Your marketing can lie and be fake and full of
Yeah.
crap. Your vibrational frequency does not lie. And as
Yeah.
people in this global, awakening across humanity right now, people are feeling energy more and more, whether they
Yes.
understand it and are educated in it or not. That's
Yeah.
okay. But they
Yeah.
are feeling it more like, what do I feel when I'm in the presence of this and you're talking about this? What do I feel from that person? They're
Yeah. Exactly.
feeling more and they're able to be like, I wasn't going to spend any money this month, but I just want to throw my money at you. Why is that? Now,
Yeah.
what happens is we're in this transitional phase, right? So people are
Mhm.
used to being scammed. They're used to being told they're going to get the best, highest product and or service. And then it's like, this was such a disappointment. I spent so much money. People are really used to that. So what I see out there is people are being extra, extra cautious in moving forward, especially in healing services and coaching
Mhm.
services and things that we offer at Master Self University. Some of the things that we offer, so I definitely noticed that, but I keep educating people and feel what you feel emanating from the person when
Mhm.
they are in front of you, because even if you don't understand what you're feeling, you will on some level tap into that and be like, "Oh, they're saying all the right words, but
It's
it still doesn't
it,
feel
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
still somehow doesn't feel good, or they're not trying to sell me real hard, but yet this feels so amazing."
So
You know,
easy. It
so
feels
easy.
ease. They don't feel like they're trying to trap me.
Yeah.
It's it in essence, business is relationship.
Yeah.
It's a relationship. Of course the
Yeah.
exchange is, okay, you pay me for my time, but it is a relationship. You're building
Yeah.
a relationship. And
Absolutely.
if how you come to the relationship is
Yeah.
going to determine how long that relationship even goes on for. You
Exactly.
know what I'm saying? And word of mouth. Now people can say, you know, can express how they feel
Yeah.
quicker than 100 years ago.
Yeah,
It would
exactly.
it would take word of mouth just in that small town, but now we've got the internet, we've got all this, so
Yep.
it's like people feel how you're showing up. They can feel it.
Absolutely.
There's this openness, and I think you want an authentic relationship. You do
Yeah.
want that, because people can feel it from
People
you, and
can
you want
feel
to
it.
wake up and just show up in your highest vibrating self with your good
Absolutely.
self. um
Absolutely.
I'm excited for this because of, again, what it does, which is you're no longer just accepting the way things are.
Yeah.
You're asking, could there be more? Can we do differently? Can we be, okay, I see, yeah, there's that business doing, but can I do something else? Can I be an innovator? Can I
Yeah.
blaze a trail? Right?
Yes.
And speaking of blazing trails, I've never come across this, Rachel. I'll be honest with you. I've never come across branding from Oneness, marketing from Oneness, advertising from Oneness. I haven't seen it before. I've been in meetings with marketing people
Mhm.
who talk about the customer
Yep.
like it's just a number,
Yep.
like it's just a quota we gotta hit.
Yep.
There's nothing there. I'm securing my job. I'm just gonna do this quickly.
Yep.
So it's exciting for me as somebody who comes from this background to be like, this is new.
Yeah.
This is different.
Yeah.
And wow, what a what an exciting thing to be doing with somebody who's working with Masters of Self University just on how they show up in the world to begin with, the
Exactly.
foundation of themselves. And then they
Absolutely.
say, how can I create a business out of this, because maybe sometimes I don't want to engage in business, or I don't want to engage in that field because I feel like it's it doesn't vibrate where I'm vibrating now. So
Right.
should I stay out of it? And what we're saying is there's a way, because you're
Yeah.
needed.
We're
Your light is
creating a
needed.
new way. Yes, your
Yeah,
light is needed. Absolutely.
yeah. Your
And
vibration is needed.
your
Yeah.
vibration is needed. And so many people on the awakening, on the spiritual path, all of that, they, oh, sales, oh, branding, oh, marketing, oh, it's like, no, do you realize that's why the evil powers that be that run the world currently want to keep you out of it?
There it
They
is.
want to keep you out of it. They want to make sure you don't make the money that you deserve to make,
Yeah.
because then you can't change the status quo. We can't transform this planet if we're not willing to do the work to transform the planet.
That's it. Yeah.
And when
That's
you,
it. That's it.
that's it. You have to show up, elevate yourself first. So your higher vibrational
Hmm.
frequency, and then everything you touch, that vibrational frequency is infused in it. And I'm going to give an example real quick.
Yeah.
Because at Masters of Self University, what we offer, okay? So
Yeah.
talk about the way of integrity, the way of harmony, the way of trust, the way of truth, etc., the way of responsibility. So I recently just had two people that were really interested in our coaching certification, okay, versus enrolling as a university student, because they're two separate
Hmm.
things.
Hmm.
And when they talked to me about it and they asked me, I think I want to do the coaching certification, and maybe I should do that instead of the, being a student, a university student. And when they were talking to me about it, the certification is very expensive, and it is
Yeah.
expensive for a reason.
Yeah.
And if people knew the price, but if you knew what you got, you'd be like,
Yeah.
cheap compared
Yeah.
to what I get.
Yeah.
It's expensive for a reason. It's not overpriced, but it is very
Hmm.
expensive.
Hmm.
A fraction of that price is a whole year of being a university student. Okay.
Yeah.
So here's why I'm sharing this. Two people wanted to go the route of becoming a certified coach, or were interested in it. They're
Hmm.
not ready.
Mm.
They're not ready. And
Mm.
I know they're not ready. And here's the old world of marketing and branding and,
Yeah.
selling your business. Oh,
Yeah.
sure. I'll take all that money. Yeah,
Hmm.
you interested? Great. Let's sign you up. And then
Yeah.
just take the money.
Yeah.
Because who doesn't benefit from earning more money, especially in our economy in the world right now? Who
Yeah.
doesn't benefit from that?
Yeah.
And yet, I told both of those people, no,
Mm. Mm.
enroll enroll as a student. I make a fraction of what I'm going to make if they're right. But
Mhm.
here's the thing:
Mhm.
they're not going to benefit the most by doing that.
Mm.
They
Mm.
won't benefit the most. And I come from oneness. And if they don't benefit the most, it doesn't matter that when I just cheated them out of money, I'm making more money. I don't
Mm.
benefit from
Mm.
that. In the short term, a false sense of I profit off of that or I benefit from that. But when you come from soul driven
Yeah.
purpose, what you're doing, you never in the long run can ever benefit from that. It will
Mm.
always come back in some form of karma, because the
Mm.
harm and damage you're causing to that person by taking all their money and they're not ready for that program. And you think, well, it's their decision. No. Oh, higher level of teaching. When I know better, because I can see vibrationally at where they're at and what they're going to be capable of doing in the next 6 months, year, etc. And I know they will not be super successful if they go that. I know that. Why would I let them go there just so that I can make more money when I know that?
Ooh.
Because I see that, I know that, and I know in this case what is better for them. So take
Ooh.
this instead. I make less money, but I profit at the level of my soul. The money energetically that I've just earned from being that level of integrity, that level of selfless service for them, guiding them from the way of trust, from the way of truth, from the way of wisdom. That's what I'm here to offer and provide. I don't think about money when it comes to that. I think about what is best for their soul, their path in this lifetime. And when that comes first, because you're a being of oneness, the profit that I'll probably get later to make up for that and what I, didn't get this time around financially, the universe will take care of that. It will come tenfold at some point. I have no attachment to that. I didn't do it to make 10 times more money later. Don't come from that. This is marketing and branding and business from oneness. And you can't get more authentic in your actions and your words and your choices than that. And that is the kind of entrepreneur and businesses that we want to create in this world, because that's what we so desperately need.
Wow. That just, wow. Yeah. To see it beyond, you're taking this product, I'm taking your money. Well, we made this out. I was honest about the price. I was
Yep.
honest about the offer. You took it. I got the money. I put it in my bank account. I wish you all the best. But something says, do you? Do
Yeah,
you wish them all
exactly.
the best? Right? Do
Exactly.
you wish them all the best? When you can feel it and you can sense they're not ready.
Right. Exactly.
Goodness. I mean, we could
That's
talk
the
about
highest vibration, what you opened with. That's the
mm,
highest
mm,
vibration.
mm. We can talk about so many industries, and anybody can fill in the
Yeah.
blank of the industry that
Yeah.
just takes your money and gives you the thing and doesn't care if you're ready for that thing or not.
Yeah.
There's
Oh,
so
what
many of
about
them.
the healthcare industry?
Hey, let's
I mean,
go
we
there.
just had a murder.
Yeah, there we go.
Think about that. Like, think about what's happening in our world right now, that a CEO gets killed in the street,
Yes.
because of the healthcare industry, the insurance,
Yeah,
right? All of the people that company has denied claims that pay every single month for insurance for healthcare. I mean, that is a beautiful example of, what are you doing? Like, first of
yeah,
all,
yeah.
people in this country pay a billion times more for healthcare than anywhere in the entire freaking world, and they get so much less, right? That level of corruption of just denying claims when people are desperate, they're literally dying. They need tests, they need procedures, they need whatever they need. And you're denying it so that you make more money when you already make millions upon millions upon millions every single year. You're not hurting for money. And so, like, how do we function as such low level beings that we don't care if all of these people die? And then we want to pretend like it's such a tragedy that this person was, I mean, I'm never condoning murder. Don't
Yeah,
misunderstand what I'm saying right
yeah.
now. But we reach a level in this global awakening right now where people are so fed up being treated like that because they can't trust the system that's supposed to be helping them.
That's right. That's
And then
right.
this is what we end up with.
Everything that your business does is a form of advertising.
Yeah.
When I walk through the door at your place of business, how I'm greeted is a form of advertising. It's a form of invitation, right? If advertising is the invitation, then I'm seeing how you're treating me, and you're advertising to me who you
Yeah.
are. You're telling me
Yeah.
who you are. So
Yeah.
when we see people ask for, reach out to the companies, insurance companies, to say, I'm in need, help me. And you
Yeah.
say, no, we got to investigate. No, you got to go through these hoops. What
Yep.
you have advertised to them is, we are happy to take your money, but we're not happy to give you a service.
Yeah. We don't care about you.
We don't care about you.
You're
So
an object.
that's what the branding has done to the world. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you
Yes.
can do any type of branding from a place of that we care about you. Words again, right? Just mere words.
Empty words.
We love you. We care about you. Oh,
Hmm.
okay. My car just burnt down. Can I get can I no, we and
We
not to
can't
say
provide
there's,
that for you.
yeah, we can't provide that for you. You gotta, oh, you need health care, or this and this and that. So we've just told you we can do that. False advertising. We've
Yes.
lied to you,
Yes.
right? Now we've
Yep.
created this incredible separation. And
Yep.
when a tragedy happens where one of from that industry gets murdered, you look at the backlash and the people saying, wow, well,
Yeah.
well, well,
Yeah.
well, yeah, you know, yeah,
Y-
well, how many other people have died because of
y-
y'all?
Yeah.
Is
And
that
look,
really how you want to?
Yeah, and look at what it creates energetically. It
Mm-hmm.
creates people that, because we haven't been cared about by you ever, because we're
Yep.
just objects, we're just numbers. You then want us to care about
To
you.
care about
th-
you.
And that's the thing. This is how energy works.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen. So what we end up doing is, because you're coming from, your business, your health insurance company, whatever it is, coming from cold-heartedness, separation, greed, materialism, self-centeredness, etc., etc., etc. How then what you're creating energetically is going to be a mirror of that, because this is how energetics works. It's going to create a mirror of that. So over time, what you're creating with your clients, with your customers, you're creating a mirror of, well, I don't give a shit about you. You're an
Yeah.
object to me. I could care less that
Mm-hmm.
you were just murdered. I'm cold. I'm going to be the greedy one now because I could give a crap about your family, how they feel that you were murdered. That's what we're creating in the world when we
The mirror.
ourselves are coming from those lower vibrational frequencies. So when we reach for the highest vibrational frequency to become it ourselves, and that's what we infuse into our businesses, into our organizations, into our products, into our services. That is how we spread goodness, the ways of oneness, the love, truly, authentically into the world through what we're offering the world, because it all starts with me, myself, and I. How am I vibrating first? What will be created in response to that is the mirror back because of what they've received. And they are happy to then naturally, energetically, we entrain to the frequencies that are offered to us. So, what frequency are you offering through your business or service?
Mm-hmm.
Because
What
that's energetic entrainment.
and what is the separation that is happening within your organization when you have departments, when you have a marketing department and you
Yeah.
have a sales department, and those
Yes.
two are not operating at the same frequency. They're not
Right.
operating at the highest vibration. So we
Yes.
could say, oh, branding from oneness, but what we mean is actual creation from oneness,
Yes.
creating the whole of a company
You got
from
it.
that oneness, that highest vibration. Because I start a business by myself. The next person I hire, as I
Yes.
speak to them, I get a sense of what they will be doing in that business. I
Exactly.
have the choice now, like Rachel, who says, listen, I would love to sell you this. You're not ready for this. I will
Yep.
sell you something that costs you even less than what I would have made, because for me,
That's
I
going to
cannot
help you
sit
the
here
most.
and not feel the vibration that you're not ready for
Exactly.
that. So if I'm
Exactly.
hiring somebody and they're saying, "Yeah, hire me, I will obliterate the competition. I will do this and I will do this. There is nothing I won't do." Then I can sit back and be like, "Okay, buddy, I don't know about that. I don't know
Yeah.
if I want to go out there and just bring in all the money and not care about anybody
Exactly.
else." And if that person is running my marketing department, and as a CEO, I'm over here. I'm with Rachel, and I'm doing all the vibrational work.
Yeah.
I'm working on me, but
Yes.
then I'm just out there, and I'm leaving my employees to fend for themselves. The things that I've learned about how I can show up in the world, if I'm not spreading that within my organization to say, "Hey guys, this may come as a strange thing for y'all, but I just love this. There's this
Exactly.
I want you to take part in this retreat. Let's go on a retreat for 20 days. I mean, can people afford that? Let's go for for a weekend retreat, right? But
Yeah.
I just want to introduce you to this thing that I'm doing, and you can
Yes.
see I'm successful. I'm your
Yes.
CEO. So if you come with me, let's go to this weekend. And it might connect, and you'll be surprised how many people be like, "Oh my God, that was the best," because all the retreats are about sell harder, do
Yep.
more,
Oh my gosh.
create more separation. Sales team is not doing it, marketing team is not doing it. There's a competition between these two departments now. Whoever wins is going to take the truck. It's
Yeah.
like,
Oh my God.
you know
It's insanity.
it's even saying it just like brings everybody just like, And you wonder why these employees are showing up stressed out,
Yeah.
and you wonder why you're
Exhausted.
creating that vibration in the world, and you wonder why people are looking back at what happens when a tragedy happens like that. They're like,
Yep.
oh yeah, you're on your own, buddy.
You're on your own. Exactly. Exactly. And it's amazing that you say those things, because that's what we do at Masters of Self University. Before we reach this phase at MSU where we're opening it up to anybody for courses and classes to run as a metaphysical university, I spent the last several years creating the foundation with all of the certified coaches in exactly what you just described, so that our everyday functioning in this organization is of the highest vibrational frequency possible, which gets more challenging the more you bring people in, right? Because everybody's going
Yeah,
to vibrate at different frequencies, and that's okay.
yeah,
You honor people
yeah.
where they're at, but you also practice what it means to not project, run your programs, come from greed, come from insecurity, come from whatever. We run a million of them, and
Hmm.
heal it in the moment. If you're triggered at work, if you're triggered with a colleague, you actually do the work in real time often, and you set up time with the other coaches or whatever colleague in order to work through. And it's none of this surface level, let's learn how to communicate better. No, heal the wound that got activated and show up as a higher vibrational frequency being. That's what we do at MSU. That's what we
Yeah.
do.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. I've seen so many of those now that you say that. Oh, let's communicate
Yeah.
better.
Oh,
And nobody believes it. Nobody believes it. Nobody even, they're like, okay, we got a training for an hour.
yep.
Oh, we did that training for an hour last month, last year. We should be operating at this.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. Where is
Yeah.
your commitment to this company? Where
Yeah.
it's like, no,
No.
no,
Uh-uh.
no. You cannot just, be like, oh, yeah, there's a quick little word I'm going to give you that should
Exactly.
change things, right?
Yeah.
It has to be foundational. It
Yeah.
has to be on a soul level. It has to be from a place where you want the best for the next person who walks through your door, who says, hey, I'd like to work here. You have to
Yes.
say, welcome.
Yes.
Welcome to an experience you've never had.
Exactly.
Because here is high vibrations, buddy.
Exactly.
You've
And you
been
are,
led.
yes, and you are required to evolve here. You are
Mhm,
required
mhm,
to evolve,
mhm.
always
Yeah,
continuing to go higher, because the people that we serve deserve that.
exactly.
And you also deserve it for yourself. That's oneness. No one's
Yes,
excluded.
yes,
Right.
yes,
And to have
yes.
people around you that are doing the same thing all the time, it creates a completely new frequency
Yeah,
in an organization, that whatever the business is, but it creates a completely new frequency where it is safe to grow. Because here's
yeah.
the truth, that in most other businesses in the old world, it's not safe to grow. You have to
Mm-mm.
get better, be more of a perfectionist, you have to excel. It isn't safe to grow, which means it isn't safe to make a mistake.
Yeah, yeah,
Right? And then it's like lawsuit, what, huh?
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
let's just figure out, if, for example, you're hired for this position and some of what you offer, it's amazing, you have the skill, you're incredible, and then some of this stuff over here you're responsible for, you are not doing a very good
mm,
job.
mm, mm.
What do we do? Well, let's see how you can get better. That's not how we function at MSU. It's okay.
Yeah,
Look, let's see over here. Let's just, the way of truth. You're not the greatest at this over here. Like, you're
yeah,
struggling. I know it's hard for you, and there's no judgment there. That's okay.
yeah,
But
yeah,
let's, instead of forcing you to do something that doesn't come naturally, so you're always going to make mistakes. Think about that. And it isn't just a matter of improving it. It's a matter of, okay, let's try to support you in doing the best you can until we can customize your position and get somebody else who loves doing that. And they are so much better than you. Nobody's getting fired. We are going to readjust, and we're going to customize what your position actually is here, because that's what we also do in this organization. And I'm sharing that because I want people listening to realize you can do that in your businesses. Like that is the new world way, the highest vibrational way to create and run a business. Is it's not just necessarily your title and these are all the things you do under your title that you're responsible for. Why? Because other companies told you that's how it works. If you have somebody that is so skilled in all of these things over here, and they really are skilled and they're amazing, but a third of what they're responsible for, they are not good. Why would you keep making them do all of it? It doesn't make sense. You're creating inefficiency for the whole company. Not to mention, here comes the stress, all the fear of how I show up. Oh no, and of course you're gonna keep screwing up. You're not good
Yeah.
at that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. So instead, you just say, okay, look, hey, let's talk about where you're great and let's talk about the things that you're making mistakes you're not very good at. We want to take those off your plate. We're going to customize your position. I could go on and on. You get the idea.
Yeah.
But that's the new way of running a business where it comes from oneness. That's oneness. Because what you don't like to do and you're terrible at, someone else is a genius at.
Mm,
And that's when you
yeah.
bring them in for that part.
It's the CEO who shows up from a healed place and not a wounded place.
There you
It's the
go.
CEO who says to the employee who's trying to do three things and they're really great at only two things. It's the
Yep,
CEO who says, "Don't worry about that. We take
exactly.
that off your plate
Yep.
and let's put you in this. Let's keep you where you are functioning at your highest vibration
Yes.
and you actually love showing up to work
There
because of
you go.
that. And we want to keep you that. You don't have to do that. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Don't worry, because I'm not, as the CEO, I'm not thinking, well, if my business only made such money, then I could show up in the world with this and that. Then
Yes.
I'll really show them that I'm successful. So I'm
Yeah.
not coming at it from
Nope.
there. I'm coming it from how we doing? How
Yeah.
are the people feeling? How's everybody doing? How? Yeah, yeah, okay. You can tell a business. It's almost it just it will it energy doesn't lie, right?
Energy doesn't lie.
It'll show you because the way people will want to even like, oh, who's that guy hanging out over there? Who's that person? He keeps coming here. What's his position in this company? Oh, sir, that guy actually doesn't work here, but he's been saying how inspired he is by us.
Yeah.
And we've spoken to him, and he says if he could just be here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
let's find a position for that person.
Yeah.
Hey,
What
hey, what would you like? What are you good at? Oh, I can, whatever it is, I can do
yeah.
this or that. Oh, okay, here we go. It People would just walk into your business looking for milk when you don't sell milk, you sell books, and they're like, "Oh, I thought you sold milk here." Yeah, we have we have different ways to feed you, but it's just the energy. They can't stay
Yeah.
away.
There you
It's people are moving around. I feel like people are moving around through the world just looking for a way to connect to something more refreshing,
Yes.
something more inspiring,
Yes.
and that
Exactly.
can begin with the person who says, I want to solve a problem. I want to do it at the highest vibration.
Yep.
And oh, even as I said that, how did I feel about that? I didn't
Yes.
quite believe it myself. Oh, so the work has to start with me because I've
There
been
you go.
branded through my life since birth. I was branded as a loser. Oh, I was
Yep.
branded as this and that, right? And now
Exactly.
I got some work to do on rebranding myself, my own
Yes.
mind, so that I
Exactly.
can get out of that and operate at that highest frequency and then start this business and only operate from that place going forward in meetings, in how we discuss things, in what language we use. Do we really mean that? You know what I mean? Just
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
questioning everything for the highest good of it,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
Whatever the status quo may be, saying, hey, well, wouldn't you rather blaze a trail
That's it.
that leads to more enlightenment
Yes.
through a business?
Yeah.
I want to be a part of that company.
Exactly. And the most amazing news is that is exactly what Akende is going to teach you how to create, what to create in the class that he's offering at Masters of Self University.
An
So
honor and a privilege, Rachel. Thank you. Working with you. I'm excited. I'm just super excited for this.
I am too. I am so excited for this. So let's trailblaze together, everybody listening. If you're
Yeah.
interested in what classes and courses that we have, student enrollment is open right now for 2025. Go to mastersofselfuniversity.com, check out our student enrollment, sign up for a student enrollment meeting, and ask us the questions that you have about the classes and courses that we're offering. Because again, one of our mystical professors is right here, Akende Munalula. He is amazing. He is incredible. He is an artist. He has so many talents. And this is only one of many talents that he has, but he's amazing at teaching you step by step how to actually brand and market from oneness, which is soul driven marketing and branding. And that's what he'll teach you in the class to make it very practical, how you can create your own business. And all the steps will be taught. All the strategies will be taught in the course that he teaches at MSU. So I hope you go and sign up for that. Check us out at mastersofselfuniversity.com. And Akende, as always, such an honor, such a pleasure. Thank you for being here with me today. I loved this conversation, and I am beyond excited for that course that will be offered in 2025.
Thank you, Rachel. Like you said, let's trailblaze together.
Let's
I'm
trailblaze
excited.
together.
Yes,
Me
thank you
too.
so much.
Thank you. Thank you for listening, everybody. Give us that like, give us that subscribe, and check out mastersofselfuniversity.com. I will see you in our next episode. Thank you for listening.